I think there's different places in time that it's important, right? There's sort of the moment in contemporary time that's important in terms of magnifying what's happening, sort of shedding light on a movement or on affecting change, telling stories that are perhaps undertold. But I think there's also sort of the longer view historically that we, often, I think, easily forget. I mean, I think activists are much less likely to forget in some ways because that awareness and realization that you're constantly building on what people before you have built is very much more present. And so for me, I have hope that for the future, when everybody is totally fine with fluid sexuality and that it's something that is legislated and protected, that they can look back into the 90s and say, this built on Stonewall, built on this, and they can see a trajectory, and that the imagery helps inform who the actual faces of those people that were fighting in that form. But I hope ultimately that people remember and realize how much organizing and how much effort and how many different people are involved in wanting to change things. It's been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years, and that this was an era that was very full of it in the city, and that it needs to continue. There's still many fights that need to be fought, and many inequities that exist that need improvement and that need people to get involved. I don't think a lot of people really understand how much power they have, and I don't think that people understand how much change they can personally affect. The meter has changed for sure in the last decade to trans activism being sort of the front line, so to speak. I think we've thought a lot about it recently about, can we refocus on the fact that job discrimination against gay people is still not on the books? There's still a lot of room for improvement. Just because people can get married, there's still a lot of protections that need to go in place. And what can we do to reach out to the homeless population in New York City is still dominated by young, queer people of color. And what does that mean in terms of the progress that the queer movement has made? It matters to be out there on the streets and to be documenting, people fighting for change, and the need continues, in terms of it happening, the organizing and the documenting, and hopefully people will be inspired to continue doing it.